Today we're looking at the e-banking products and services offered by United Bank for Africa. It's one of Africa's leading financial institutions, offering universal banking to more than 7 million customers across 700 branches in over 19 African countries. Now, of course, it was listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange in 1970 and is rapidly evolving into a leading financial services provider. Now, today we're looking at the e-banking products that has been changing the face of banking in the last couple of years, especially now that we have the cashless policy that was introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria and which took off in Lagos on the 1st of January. Now, joining me this morning is Lukman Balogun. He's the divisional head and retail e-banking products for United Bank for Africa. And he's here to tell us some of the e-banking products, particularly there's one that has been launched on the Apple iPad. And, of course, Lukman is here to tell us that. Thank you so much for being here, Lukman. Now, I was looking at a range of your e-banking products. I know some of them have been around for a while, but one that, of course, catches one's attention is one that was just recently launched on the Apple's iPad application store. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, good morning, Esther, and good morning, viewers. Happy Eid Maulud. Thanks so much. On the U-Mobile on Apple, it's one of the innovations UBA added into the market. And, for you to do business in the cashless environment, it's a combination of innovation and discipline. So what we did was to partner with a solid technology firm, a local firm, and jointly we developed U-Mobile, which was successfully hosted on Apple App Store. And for you to do that, it means that your application must meet international quality. And U-Mobile is just one of the products within the e-banking product suite for UBA. But briefly on U-Mobile, you can do a lot of things on U-Mobile. U-Mobile is like your bank in your pocket. Today, with your U-Mobile, you can transfer money to any bank account in Nigeria. You can also do what we call cardless feature. On cardless, all you need to do is send money to a mobile phone and you go to an ATM and take out the money. So that is a major innovation. And also you can do your basic airtime top-ups.
On the same U-Mobile.
On U-Mobile, you can do airtime top-ups. You can buy top up for yourself. You can top up for yourself, and you can also top up for your friends and family members. And you can check your statement. You can do like I said, it's your bank in your pocket.
Now, Lukman, sorry to butt in. Let me just quickly take you back a little now. First of all, how long did it take for UBA to? I know you must have partnered with Apple. How long did it take for this application to be launched on the Apple iPad store?
It took just 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay,
it was done in December, but U-Mobile has been there for a while.
Okay.
But basically, like I said, based on the innovation and discipline, we're able to get Apple to approve the launching of U-Mobile on App Store within 2 weeks.
Okay, for our viewers who, of course, those who are interested, let's talk about getting started. I have an iPad or an iPhone. Okay. How do I get started on that? I go to the Apple.
No, what you need to do is you need to be a customer of UBA. Then all you do is go into the App Store on Apple on your device.
Okay.
Search for U-Mobile, and then you say it. Just download. It's free. So within a couple of minutes, you have it on your phone, and then you can register yourself, and then that's it. You can start using it.
I'm asking you
within
because
within 2 minutes, you can actually get the entire process done.
I was actually asking you because I went on and did it myself.
Okay,
I clicked on it,
wonderful.
and it took me exactly, I think, about a minute and a few seconds.
Wow.
I was amazed at how fast that was. Well, that's a good thing.
Okay.
So apart from, like you said, banking in your pocket, what other benefits can customers? Well, of course, they have to be UBA customers, as you say.
Exactly.
What are the benefits?
The benefits to the customer is like at least bringing banking to them at their own convenience, anytime, anywhere. You can imagine for now or before now, people need to travel all the way from their homes to the bank to do banking transaction. What we're saying is like with U-Mobile, you don't think about it any longer. All you need to do is with your phone, do the transactions, and you don't need to bother about going to the bank. That is saving money for the customer, and also it's add value to the environment. because at the end of the day, you don't need to like emit carbon traveling all over the place. And finally, customer service is fantastic because at the end of the day, you're doing it yourself. It's been done by the airlines, by most of the other sectors. So for us, U-Mobile is a major product that will add a lot of value to the customer within the cashless environment. And let me even take you back. Apart from U-Mobile, we have other products.
Yes, I was just going to come to that. And now that, because there's so much has been put into this U-Mobile, you can do so much with the U-Mobile.
Exactly.
So how does it affect the other products you have? I have, for example, the U-Direct, the payment manager. Is it like a duplication of e-applications, or they still have their functions apart from the U-Mobile, which you can do a lot with?
No, basically, the U-Mobile is for retail customers, unless you can do all your banking transactions on the go. U-Direct is our internet banking application, which is also appealing to retail customers and corporate customers. So for internet banking, it's like you can do practically everything that you can do on U-Mobile, where we're talking about internet banking. And for us, internet banking, U-Mobile is safe, convenient, and very secure for our customers. You also mentioned Pay Manager. Pay Manager is actually within the cash management suite for corporate customers. Under the cash management suite, we have Pay Manager, which is ideal for vendor payments. So if you have contractors and you want to pay taxes, you can use Pay Manager to do that. And also for insurance companies.
Can you do that with it from any bank in the world?
Anywhere, any location you are, as a corporate, you want to pay your suppliers, you can do that from the comfort of your office. You can also use Pay Manager to do direct debit. For instance, say channels, you have people subscribing to your services. All you need to do from your office, you can just press a button and we do direct debit. All the money comes into your bank account within a second. We also have what we call Bank Collect. Bank Collect is being used by big organizations to collect money from their distributors, from their sales outlets.
That's government, corporate bodies.
Exactly. You can also use it for taxes. And we also have what we call Consolidated Internet Payment Gateway. If you notice, you want to travel to Abuja today, you don't need to call any airline. All you need to do is like go online, type in your card number, book your reservation, and then and you go. So with that consolidated internet banking payment gateway, you can do your traveling without walking into an agent, a travel agent, or into an airline office to book your ticket and make payment.
Can I make my insurance payment, my insurance premium payments, my utility bills?
Sure. You see, across the platform, U-Mobile, U-Direct, you can pay your... Let me give you an...
No, because it would seem as if they're almost... The functions are quite similar.
They are similar because at the end of it, what we've done is to give customers options.
Okay.
Some customers won't have internet access. They have mobile phones. Some customers have both. But at times, maybe when they are traveling or maybe they're in the office, they can decide on which one to use. So the bottom line is making it clear that customers have got options, and depending on the one that suits you most, you can actually use that. Like over the weekend, my DSTV subscription ran out.
Okay.
All I did from my U-Mobile, I paid DSTV, and within 5 minutes, it was on. So
that's an event of barring all maybe network issues. We usually have sometimes.
Before now, the telcos were making a lot of money on voice traffic. So the attention has always been on voice, no dedicated data channel. But right now, with what CBN has done with NCC, there's a joint technical committee reviewing everything on data, and the telcos are now focusing more in terms of providing data, dedicated data channel to ensure that you have a lot of traffic.
Now, how easy is this entire process? I mean, using, because it's all e-based on using them on the web. Do you have challenges for some of your customers who are not particularly technology savvy, or those of them who don't exactly know how to use the internet? So doesn't that crowd out or push out some certain kind of people or certain class of people?
When it comes to using U-Mobile or internet banking, let's start with U-Mobile. Today, we have 120 million mobile lines in the country. So, when you're talking about banking, you're not talking about literacy here. We're talking about how to use numbers. And our people have been able to key in their PIN When they scratch cards, they input the Richard card number, and it's been perfect. So using UMobile to do transaction is as easy as ABC. But in addition, we have a 24/7 customer interaction center that takes care of whatever challenges that a customer may have in the process of enrollment or in the process of, and this has actually not been too frequent. But basically what we've done is like to provide dedicated agents to take care of customers' issues at any point in time.
So for instance, I am uneducated, I don't even speak English, and I'm a UBA customer, and I want to, because of the ease and convenience of many of these, most of these products, I want to be a part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I call your customer care line, and I don't speak English. As I said.
They speak to you in Yoruba. You know, like at least the guys are multilingual. So the agents have been trained to guide customers from end to end in whatever dialect that you're speaking. So it's, you know, it's a comprehensive package, because we understand that for you to actually achieve the penetration that we're talking about.
I understand that it's good. No doubt these products are good, but of course at the end of the day it's going to be how easy they are to use. I mean, they're there for your customers. You have millions of them, so it's how the ease of using this products is, you know, is what is paramount. So for you, that has been okay so far.
It's been addressed.
Success rate for you, what would you put a success rate so far?
Like you mentioned, today we have close to 1 million customers using UMobile. And you say, apart from the UMobile on Apple, the UMobile is also, you can use it on your BlackBerry, on your Android phones, on Nokia phones. So it's not limited to Apple alone. It's across all the devices that we have in the country. So that is what we've done is, like, before now it wasn't on Apple. So Apple, we had to ensure that we partner with Apple to host it on the Apple App Store. But for all the other lines, it works perfectly. Okay,
now before we talk about how all of this keys into the CBN's cashless driver objective, are you does UBA looking to expand more of this e-products? Are you looking to roll out more of them? I know you have about 6 of them so far.
You know, all the products are already out there.
Okay. You're just working on making them better.
No, basically, we've actually prepared for this for a long time.
Okay.
Most of our e-products have been available before the cashless initiative came up. So what we've done is, we have been working alone. We've invested a lot of money in terms of technology, ensuring that customer education is key. And when CBN came up with the cashless initiative, it's like, wow, this is what we've been waiting for. So all the products, like, let me give you an instance. A state government actually paid about 40,000 staff at a go last Friday using our UPay. UPay is our payroll application. It's one of the products that we've launched like 3 years ago. So we have about 10 state governments using the application to pay salaries on a monthly basis. Like I also mentioned, the Consolidated Internet Payment Gateway is being used by one of the major airlines in the country today to pay for customers to make reservation and make payment for their. And we've talked about the UDirect, the UMobile, and also the Pay Manager, which insurance company can use to take direct deduction for insurance premium and what have you. So in a nutshell, and we also have cards. You know, the key to the cashless society is a card. And for us, we issue MasterCard, we issue Visa. And these are the tools that you need in the cashless society. But you also need the ultimate one, which is a POS, which I call the electronic
point of sale.
That's the electronic bullion van in the in the new dispensation. So, and today, we've actually deployed quite a number of POSs.
I understand you say UBA has announced that to deploy about 30,000 before the end of the year.
Exactly. Yeah, we've done. The market is huge. In a country like India, you have well over 12 million POSs. In Brazil, you have 5 million POSs there. So in Nigeria, with a population of 160 million, at least we have potential to do almost 1 million POSs over the next 4 years. So for us, we're positioning to do 30,000 this year. We've deployed about 3,000 in Lagos already, and we intend to do a lot more.
Does that give you the lion's share of the market if you do that?
You know, we're the lion.
You have bragging rights already.
We've been doing this for a while. So basically, we've been well positioned, and like this is actually an opportunity for us to do a lot more. And the bottom line is, it adds value to the customers. You know, everything we're doing, we're not doing for ourselves. You know, the best way to make yourself happy is by making somebody else happy. So what we've done is to ensure that this product are well positioned to take care of the interests of our customers, both in terms of better customer service delivery, reduction in the cost of doing banking business. And in a nutshell, you know, everything we're talking about is actually aimed at ensuring that Nigeria achieve the 2020 objective. Because from the financial space, we can actually leapfrog a lot of countries in becoming one of the top 20 economies in the world.
Now, finally,
we're
almost completely out of time. Now, finally, where do you see the future of this e-banking going? We've just, we seem to be taking baby steps, but with this cashless policy, that has helped, jumpstart things for a bit. But where do you see this taking us?
Before now, we've been following the cash. Okay. Banking penetration in Nigeria is about 20-25 million. So, but when you look at what the banks have done, the foundation that the cashless society is leveraging on is on telephone penetration. We have 120 million telephone lines in the country. Internet access in Nigeria is about 44 million. Facebook, about 5 million. So when you have such solid foundation, what you need to do is to follow those numbers. And I tell you, the sky's the limit. Within the next 2-3 years, we should have nothing less than 2 million cards issued in this country. Banks on internet will be in excess of almost 5 million. Telephone will be almost like 50 million. So I tell you, the future is bright, and UBA is well positioned to take care of it, to leverage on those opportunities.
I can imagine. It looks like obviously a very robust market. Like you said, the customers, the population is there, and all of that. Well, thank you so much. That's been very insightful, and of course, we know that one of your customers will take advantage of many of these e-products that you have launched and continue to work on. Thank you so much for talking with us and being on the program. I've been talking to Lukman Balogun. He's a divisional head retail and e-banking products for United Bank for Africa, and we have been talking about some of the products that have been launched as e-banking products, in particular the EU Mobile, the first mobile banking application from a Nigerian bank to be hosted on the application store of the Apple iOS device. Of course, we'll take another short break now, and we'll be back with the rest of the program. Let's join us again. Welcome back to Business Morning. On a programming note, we will be hooking up for a live coverage of the National Summit Group Dialogue, which will be taking place at the Banquet Hall Sheraton Hotel here in Lagos. Ikeja will be hooking up at around 10:30. But before then, I have Alpari Abadi Ajidan from Alpari, a currencies analyst, and we're looking at some myths and, should I call them facts, about the Forex market. Now, Bade, thank you for being on the program. We have just about 5 or 7 minutes. Well, let's just quickly talk about some of these issues from the currencies market. Now, there's a myth that Forex trading is easy, and that if you make Forex, if you trade Forex, most of the time you should be successful. Is this true?
Definitely not true, because a doctor has to go to university for like 6-7 years to study medicine to be able to operate on bodies and treat people. So also is the foreign exchange market. Now, the fact that the market is a very easy market to gain access to does not make trading in that market easy, because you have to learn a lot of things about the market. For instance, you have to understand how the market works. You have to understand how analysis is being done on the market. You have to understand the concepts of risk management and money management, portfolio diversification in the foreign exchange market. And these are these are facts that a lot of traders coming into the market have ignored, and you ignoring that kind of fact will make you lose a lot of money in the market, because some people just see the market as okay, this is another market I can just swing into. So without knowledge, they jump into the market and they end up burning their fingers. So the forex market is not as easy as people project it to be.
Okay, now I know that of course there are a lot of risks, and it's just not peculiar to this market alone. It's, perhaps in everything that we do, they always comes with their own risk. But one particular myth that actually stands out is the fact that, despite the fact that a lot of success rate has been recorded, on this forex market, many people still believe that forex trading is a scam.
Okay, now the reason why people think forex trading is a scam, especially in this part of the world, Nigeria, the awareness of retail forex came in some 4 or 5 years ago. People have been trading, but the main awareness came in with the coming in of the wonder banks, which we all know, and promising unrealistic returns on investment. So that's when people started asking, what are you doing? And
I know a lot of fingers got burnt.
A lot of fingers got burnt. So but during that period, they claimed that they were trading in the foreign exchange market. Okay. So people had this idea of the fact that you can make ridiculous amount of returns in your investment. So without proper understanding of the market, quite a lot of us jumped into that rush 4 or 5 years ago, and a lot of us without understanding lost money. So excuse me, I just lost, let's say, $50,000 in the market,
you want me to come back
and you're telling me that the market
is not a scam?
So it's just, and especially when you are trading off your computer through the internet. So, and people start asking, so people are not too learned. They say, what are you doing on the internet? You are trading or doing business with people you cannot see. So, these are things.
You can't blame them, because I know for Pari, the fund manager, most times, I asked Michael this question when he came on the program some time ago. He says that many times, or all the time, you don't even get to see your fund manager. So of course,
because the market is a global market, and internet.
Nigerians, if you can't see it, they need something to see, physically, something they can hold on to and say, okay, yeah, this is my manager. This is the person who is trading on my.
Okay, but the man on UBA just came and presented eBanking product where you can transfer your money without seeing it. Okay, so the world is becoming a global village, and most of these things are operating very seamlessly now. So the proper thing that people need to understand is having a good knowledge, a background of how the market works, and putting first the risk, because that's to a businessman, what is important is the risk before the returns. So with the risk, you can now measure your level of returns to consider whether the business is worth going into or not.
Okay, Buddy, I really regret the fact that we don't have enough time to take more of that. But just going forward, what are those currencies, pairs, or currency that traders at the forex market can look forward to this week? Is the first trading week of the day.
People are patiently waiting for the euro, and from what we are seeing on the euro now, the euro is still holding a resistance around the 1.3216, and price has been trading below that level. So several meetings have been going on from the eurozone, but it's been delayed. So people are still expecting a short. That is, people are expecting to sell the euro, because we had a good figure from United States.
Yes, the jobs market, yes.
So definitely making the United States stronger than most of these other currencies. So people will be jumping in the dollars. And
so it's just basically investors hedging or waiting on the sidelines for the outcome of perhaps if we get a deal this week from Greece and its negotiation.
But presently now, the US has a stronger figure. So people will be going in favor of the US dollar.
All right, well, hopefully we'll see some more gains at the market this week. Thank you. I'm told that we actually do have a little more time, so let's just quickly talk about, for you, what currencies. Okay, we've talked about the fact that the euro might be selling short this week. Yeah. Going forward, do you see any positive outcomes from this particular meeting between Greece and its bondholders this week? Because I know that's going to be a major determinant. And also, on the other hand, this jobs market data that came out from the US, 243,000 jobs added. It beats analysts' forecast across the board. Yeah. They had forecast 150,000 jobs. Now, we're still seeing that driving the markets this morning, right from Friday. Yeah. Do you see that petering out at some point, or would that continue to drive the market?
I think it's going to continue to drive the market, because what you see from most of these major currencies, the euro dollar, the pound dollar, what we've seen is that they are around their resistance zone. So at that point, usually like I said the last time I came, that there will be a lot of profit taking. So aside from the fact that there's profit taking, we are now getting good figures from the United States dollars. I think it's going to move the market for a long while. And considering the fact that the Eurozone, there should be a meeting amongst the major parties in Greece to determine the fate, because they have not been able to meet the conditions that the creditors are asking for. So if the outcome of their meeting results in something positive for them, then we might see a rise in the euro, right? Okay. So, but basically now people are going in favor of the dollar. So on Euro USD, I'm seeing the possibility of a short. On the Australian dollar, United States dollars, we are seeing the possibility of a short. Same on the pound, and this morning they have all been coming down. So we are seeing them getting to a logical support point before any other thing can happen in the market.
Okay, Buddy, I think we can continue from this point. We're still expecting signals from Sheraton, the venue for the National Summit Group Dialogue, which is expected to start any moment from now. So let's just go back to, we're talking about the myths from the forex market. We talked about the fact that many people, despite the success being recorded by many traders, Paris is an example.
Yes.
I can safely say that people still believe that it still is calm. So another myth is that you need to exactly know how to predict the market, know the exact point or the exact direction that the market will take or should take.
Okay, yeah. Now I think that's a big one, because there's this concept we call the Holy Grail, where people feel that you'll be able to analyze the market with an 100% level of accuracy, and this does not exist anywhere. Businesses, big institutes in the world, they post losses. That this month we did not make gains, we made losses. So you can't expect that your business is going to continue going without a downtime.
I'm thinking, I know it's a myth, but why would anybody think that you can exactly predict the market? I mean, we see the volatility every day.
Yeah, because
from commodities to equities, trade, it's across the board.
We have professionals across the internet, people developing tools, materials, claiming that if you buy this tool, if you look at my trading system, you'll be able to make like 100% accurate analysis and be able to make gains all the time.
And there are many of this.
Yes, there are many of this online, and it's funny. This now boils down to education, that a lot of traders, because of the greed level, they still believe that this exists. So you now see them jumping from different trading system to another in a hope of looking for a trading style that will give them 100% level of accuracy. Now, how this affects the trader is that because you're expecting 100% level of accuracy, you do not prepare for the risk.
For the loss, or even the losses that would ensue.
No, because whether you like it or not, losses are going to come. But what makes you a better trader is how you are able to manage these losses. And this is where a lot of people fail because of the Holy Grail syndrome.
Now, Buddy, of course, we've been talking about some of the myths. Now, another myth that caught my attention is the fact that many people still believe that forex trading is gambling because it's perhaps just random, because it's completely random. I would think that that's kind of like a legitimate fear. I'll call it a legitimate concern, not a myth.
Okay, let's start like this. I'll ask a question: is the Nigerian Stock Exchange market is it gambling?
Well, in a way, it's because you don't know exactly what your returns will be in terms of percentage returns. You don't know exactly what, because with all the events we have that bring about volatility in the market. Today, your stock is up. Tomorrow, it's down. It's having a winning streak, and then all of a sudden, some bad news comes into the market, and
now,
it all crashes.
Look at it like this. When the outcome of your result is left to chance or luck, then you can say you are gambling. But when you are taking calculated decision and taking calculated risk, you are not gambling. And quite a lot of people, because they don't put the risk factor into play when they are trading. There's a thin line. Actually, I will agree with you that there's a thin line between gambling and trading and investment. And that is where a lot of traders has lost it. Look at Warren Buffett. One of the things that made him the greatest investor of time is that he went when the depressions, when United States was having serious depression. So because he knew that these companies that were being depressed, if they pumped in more money into them, they're going to do better. All right, and he bought all these companies at their low state. And obviously the companies are performing well now, and one of the greatest, is one of the billionaires in the world. So the forex market is not gambling, but a lot of traders have a gambler's approach to the market. Now, the forex market is a market where you can get amazing returns on investment. You can get over 1,000% returns on investment in a single month. So because there's this potential exists. Now, traders throw caution into the wind, and you now see them taking unnecessary risk on their capital. So, if you take unnecessary risk on your capital, there are two things: is either you make amazing returns on investment, or you lose your investment.
And you never can tell when the pendulum is going to swing, or what point it will. So
to a large extent, because when we trade, our trade is based on our analysis. Now, the major financial institutions in the world are trading in the currencies market. That's the forex market. The central banks, the commercial banks, investment houses, pension fund, mutual fund, they have part of their investment in the foreign exchange market. Excuse me, if it's gambling, are they going to be putting people's hard-earned money there?
Or maybe it's professional gambling. You've been in the professional casino.
You can't call it professional gambling, because whether you like it or not, people have to
or calculated gambling.
They take their risk. So forex trading is not gambling. People just have a gambler's approach to it, and most of the people who have a gambler's approach to it are people who don't have a clear understanding, education, and we have quite a lot of them right here in Nigeria. I started forex trading some 4 or 5 years ago. I've lost good money in this business because I had a gambler's approach. I didn't know how to manage my risk or protect my investment. And this is going to continue to happen to a lot of people who have not set their game right in trading. So
for such people, at this point, it would be advisable for them to perhaps seek professional help. Even for those who know how to play the market, all they need is just to adhere to the rules, as it were.
No, let them go and study risk management.
For the forex
market. That is why it's not something you can easily jump into. You can learn the forex market in 2-3 days and start trading.
That's for those who want to trade on their own without a fund manager.
Without a fund manager. Fund managers, non-fund managers, they have to go and learn risk management, because that is what puts most of these big financial institutions in front. Right? Because they understand how to manage risk. UBS, Bank of America, all of these banks, they trade in the foreign exchange market. All right? But what makes them the best or ahead is because they have a department of risk. So this department handles the risk that every trader is taking in their establishment. But individual traders, retail traders, they don't go as far as studying and understanding how to manage risk in the market. So most of the people you see who are making it good in the foreign exchange market are the people who understand risk and how to manage their risk. And so they are growing their equity. For instance, if you come to our PAM account in our Pari, you see traders for the past 3 years.
All of them risk certified, or how can I put it that way? You mean the traders trading on a PAM account? Or
not risk certified. You don't need to obtain a certification. Understand?
But at least ensuring that they understand, the fact that
the function of your understanding is how you implement it on your trading, not as a result of your certification. You understand? So if you watch these traders over a year, some of them have been with us for 2-3 years. You see the equity curve grow, and most of the investors that have been with them for a very long time, they have seen their capital grow some 500, 1,000%, even 2,000 to 3,000 in the past 3 years. All right, because we believe that with proper risk management and understanding of how to diversify your investment properly within the currencies market, you can grow your capital over time and reduce your risk to a barest minimum.
Nobody or no trader can get by on just pure luck.
You can get by on pure luck.
If I'm getting by on pure luck, that's a risk I'm taking, or I'm gambling in a way.
You're gambling, all right? Because luck cannot sustain you in this business, all right? It will only take you to a point where it will eventually...
Where I can be lucky for 3 weeks.
You can be lucky for a month.
Wow.
2 months, yeah. Hey, you maybe can just go to your system and play with your laptop and place some trades on your behalf.
Okay, well, I would, of course, advise viewers against that. Now, let's look at another myth in the market that if you want to be, that you can be a successful trader following someone else's trade signals. Yeah. Now, that's new. I'm not sure I've heard about that.
Okay, we have what we call signal providers. We have professionals, both here in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, who do analysis on your behalf. And that analysis, they send to you what they expect that the market is going to do. So as a result of this, we now have lazy traders, or using the words of my friend, he said a lazy intellectual, without doing their analysis, they just get whatever analysis you have to offer them blindly. And so they keep relying on analysis to a point that when they don't have the analysis, they cannot do anything again in the market. So for how long are you going to continue depending on people's analysis to make your gains? And excuse me, if you don't really understand the basis of the analysis, there's no way you can consistently make gains from the market.
Sorry about it. If I have an experienced trader, I have the person as perhaps a mentor in the forex market, and over a particular time I see his trading curve or returns curve, and it's okay. Not bad.
But there's nothing also bad in you trying to understand what it does. Not necessarily know how it generates a signal, but to understand how the signal works. For a lot of people, on our parent platform, we have this platform called the Zulu platform. And on the Zulu platform, we give it, you have an opportunity of following professional traders to follow their signals. But you still have a responsibility of understanding how they generate their signal and why their signal is worth taking. And this part of the thing,
why they take certain decisions at certain
decisions. So you are not just
following blindly, as it were.
Yeah, because if you continue like that, I'm afraid you are going to run down your account in no time.
Do you have instances of that happening?
Sure, we have instances of that
on the Alpari.
Sure, on Alpari. In fact, we are handling one issue presently of somebody following a signal blindly.
A fund manager?
No, a trader.
A trader
following a signal provider blindly. You understand? The signal provider posts a signal. It's now your own decision to know the risk. I can tell you what to do, but I will not tell you the kind of risk to take on your account. For instance, I can come on the screen and give suggestions that you should consider selling Euro USD. But I said sell. I did not tell you what percentage of your account to risk.
To put at risk or put on the table for that trade.
So you need to understand that part to make sure that all these things flow. Understand? If you don't understand that, for instance, we had an issue in the office on Friday where the non-farm payroll data was released in the office, and there was this client that was so confident of himself, and he had a good analysis, and the next thing he reached over 100% of his capital trading. He had some gains in the market which he did not take, expecting that the market was going to go further in his direction, but already he has exposed over 100% of his capital while trading. And right there in our office, we always recommend that it's not only us. On the internet, when you do your Google search, you see that do not expose more than 2 to 5% of your equity per trade. And he exposed over 100% of his equity. And when the market came turning down, still yet, because of his greed level, he did not close his trade. He left his trade running until the trade wiped out about $2,800.
Wow.
So whose fault is that? Is it the forex market? Is it the broker? Or is it the trader? It's the trader. Because he has taken risk, a crazy one. And excuse me, if he has gone away with that, for instance, if he closed his trade, he would have made a profit. He had a capital of about $2,800, and he had a floating profit of over $3,700. If he closed his trade, he would have made about $7,000 plus, and he'll be flaunting around. But he will not tell you the risk he was exposed to. But it went the other side, and because of the margin of trading, and you also know that the forex market is highly leveraged, he wiped out larger parts of his capital.
Wow, that's quite interesting. But I know traders on your on Alpari platform, at least fund managers who trade on behalf of traders, they have their funds secure. None of this.
No, anybody investing in our PAM account, we also educate them that they have to set what we call a risk limit.
Okay, because I'm asking because I know viewers will be concerned about the fact that if they're having fund managers trading on their behalf, they wouldn't have incur this kind of losses, or have a fund manager who's so careless.
Yes, sure, you won't have that. And apart from that, you can also set your risk limit irrespective of what the fund manager is doing. Everything still boils down to risk and what you're expecting to take.
All right, thank you so much, Bade. Thank you so very insightful there.